Alright, bud. So I got your files right here. I put them in the editor. Well, this one, I don't need to put the other two in there. Alright. I will be right back once I get the editor loaded up here. Alright. Got the editor loaded up. I guess I could have waited till it actually loaded up. That's alright. So, open. There we go. Alright. Oh, I don't have the, that's alright. I don't have the, that mod, the DNA crate and stuff that you added or whatever. But it should be alright. Those shouldn't need to go in the map group pause anyway. Because those probably spawn their own stuff, so. Alright. So. Yeah, it's about normal. I'm going to lock all this shit. There we go. So that way it's not my face. Yeah, the one thing I did with mine is I closed all this shit off because it looks ridiculous with it open like that, but that's up to you. I think the reason why he did it was so you could see when you're outside. I mean, you'll be able to see anyway, but whatever. So anyway, what you gotta do is once you get your stuff all done, all right. So go to File, and then export map group pause, and I'm just gonna leave it named that. And don't hit this one because that'll literally do the whole map. So, and that tells you up here how many things it got taken out. So, and that's basically it for the editor. I mean, to export the map group pause. So, I'll exit out and I'll show you what to do next. All right. So exit it out of the editor. I'll pull both of these back out again. So now this is your map group pause entry. Oh, went on the wrong screen. There we go. So now you can just copy and paste this whole thing in there. What I did with mine, I'm not going to do it with yours because it takes a while. What I did with mine is anything that doesn't spawn loot, I took it out. Like the wall right here, rock monoliths, stuff like that, panel concrete. That shit doesn't spawn loot, so you don't need it in here. On mine, I'm pedantic as fuck and anal about that, so I didn't want all this extra shit in there that doesn't spawn loot. So if you want to, you can go through and delete all those lines. Just make sure you keep anything that might spawn loot in there. Like, all this shit doesn't spawn loot, but like all this underground shit, you want to leave in there. The stairs don't spawn loot. I just left them in there just in case. The corridors really don't spawn loot either. The barracks does. The storage, all the storage ones and the floor ones do. Stuff like that. Let's see what else is in here. But like all this stuff, like builder rock, spike, rubble, bricks, all that shit. None of this shit spawns loot. So like under this stuff does though. Storage laboratory, storage hospital, storage box. Yeah, like garbage pile. None of that shit spawns loot. Um, Builder mine rail tram. I doubt that spawns loot. Not sure. Downstairs block. So, but basically, if what you can do, I'll show you how to find out if it spawns loot or not. All right, so I'm just gonna open up my server. And then you can open up your map group proto. and then just search for it. So let me separate these. Come on, fucking hate Windows snapping. It comes in handy sometimes, but most of the time it's just annoying. Alright. So like if just copy this. It's not going to be in here because this is not from Livonia. Oh, it is in there. Oh yeah, I forgot I added that. Mine has it in there because I added bunker stuff to my test server. So, but normally you wouldn't have this in here. I'll show you on yours. On your map group proto, which is right here. Oh, that's the pause. Yeah, that's the proto. Alright, so put down there. See, you don't have one. So what you gotta do is go to your files, go to MP missions, go to the Enoch, and then go to the map group proto for that. And then search for underground. Alright, and then all the shit that says underground you gotta copy. Underground floor, comms, crew, entrance, workshop, box, ammo 2, storage hospital, underground storage prison, box 2. Alright, so up to here. Alright, so all the underground stuff. You gotta copy that. Make sure there's nothing else in there. There shouldn't be. Alright, so Control C. And then, where's the other one at? There we go. So this is your other one. So then what I did was, let's go all the way to the bottom. You could put it in the top too, but I just go down and put it in the bottom. So then what I do is, just so you know what's what. You don't have to do this, but there you go. There you go. And then what I do is every custom thing, I just put a tag above it. Or a comment above it, so you know what it is. And I usually put an extra space too. That way you got, you know exactly what's going on. And then if you put anything else in here, just go to the bottom of this one, do the same thing. Put a little comment like that. Separate the space, paste it in. And that's what you need for your map group proto. And then another thing you can do too, if you want to like change how the loot spawns, look in your XML and your types. Alright, and just kind of see what you want to spawn in there. You can change this to like tier 1 and 2. Stuff like that. You can add whatever tags you want in here. So like on mine, I'll show you mine in a second here. So let me save that. So it should be all we need. Let me make sure there's nothing else in here you might not have. The only other stuff that you might not have is if they have any other Livonia stuff that's not in Charneris, but that's about it, is the underground stuff. Enoch. Okay, that's just a sign. Yeah, that's it. Share camp, table camp. Land container. Yeah, that should be it. So, alright, so now that we got your map group proto updated, alright, now we need to do your map group pause. Alright, and then we're entering all this in. So now what I do is, you can do it at the top or the bottom. A lot of people do it at the top. I just do it at the bottom. But it's up to you, however you want to do it. Oops. am I doing? Alright, so there we go. So now you just copy all this shit. Like I said, you can go through and delete all like the rocks and stuff like that if you want. I don't have time for it. It takes a while. You got to make sure you don't accidentally delete something that might spawn stuff. So, you know, like your let's see, like the fortified nest watchtower. If you want that to spawn, you got to make sure you don't accidentally delete that. Stuff like that. So go here and then paste it in. There you go. So the map group proto tells the game where to spawn the loot in the buildings or in the places. The map group pause tells the game where the buildings or places are. So without this, it won't spawn anything. Without the entries in the map group proto, it won't spawn anything. So all right, so there you go. So those are basically done. So I'm going to send you this too, just so you have it. This is your little snippet. You could go through and delete. If you want to delete stuff, go through and delete it out of here first. And make sure you have everything. Go do it nice and slow. You know what I mean? Like anything that's a wall or monolith, or rock or whatever, you can delete that if you want. And then you can repaste it in over top of the stuff I already pasted in. So that should be it. So then all you got to do is take these and drop them in your go to MP missions, editor files where you put the DZE file, and then just drop the other two in here. That's it. So I'll send them back to you, buddy.